And welcome everybody. Welcome to the Phil Griggs podcast show. This is Phil Griggs Let's Talk. Let's talk everything spiritual, everything is astrology, everything mystical, everything is different. So this is the show today, and of course it's that lovely day. It's Valentine's Day. Da-na-na, big hearts and everything. Yeah. No? Oh, okay, anyway, right, well, we'll try to see what we're doing. And I would like to introduce my special guest, Mila. Mila, this is Mila. Hello, Mila. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. How are you, Phil?
I'm very, very well indeed. All the better for seeing you. And great to welcome you on the show today because we've got a lot of fun things to talk about. And I know you've got some questions too. And I know you want to probably add some input here into today's session. And first of all, just remind me, what is it you do? What is it you do? You get up to in your everyday stuff?
A little bit of everything, actually.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. But
we've got about 2 minutes. Is that
okay.
all right?
Yeah, perfect. But my main business is social media, helping people to find visibility online and help them to get in touch with the right clients.
Well, this is why we're on the show, because with your help, Mila, is why we're here today. And if you like the show, great, thank Mila. If you don't like the show, talk to Mila.
I'm the responsible one. Perfect.
You're the responsible one. Yeah, I think you're the one to try and keep me in line. Like, good luck. Oh, dear.
Works both ways. It's a win-win.
It does, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? Lovely energy. And that's what it should be for Valentine's. In fact, it's an interesting thing, actually, because this is my theory about life. It says that we're here to talk about love and Valentine's and this lovely energy. But the thing is I think it's nice to have these shows like this. But really, why would we wait for one day of a year just to have an outpouring of love for someone?
So true.
It should be there all the time. If you love someone, it's there all the time. It's, all right, I guess it's quite economical. You only have to buy flowers once a year.
That's bad.
Yes. I gather you want chocolates and flowers more often. Is that right?
Flowers every day wouldn't be bad.
Flowers every day. Okay. Okay, outpouring a wallet as well. But
No.
Outpouring money for the wallet. Okay. No, but if you love someone, you love people, you love life, it's an outpouring of love every day. And it's lovely to be positive and tune into that lovely energy, that especially this year is bringing. A very changeable year, but very different year. And this is what we're going to talk about in today's show. But first of all, let's have a little look about the history of Valentine's. Do you know?
Perfect.
Do you know the history of this? Do you know the history of Valentine's?
Well, I heard about something, but probably you can explain it to me better.
You heard about something. That's good. You heard about something duffy going on in the atmosphere. Something. Oh, that sounds nice. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Well, the history of Valentine's is a Roman festival holiday, which was called the Lupercalia, and it was held in mid-February in the Roman times. And it was a festival which celebrated the coming of spring, which is nice, especially down this part of the world, because you definitely know spring. Up that part of the world, no, it's still a bit nippy.
Yes.
It's so cold, you might well find an Eskimo and see if you can have an Arctic roll. That's what I'm doing about
Yeah.
have an Arctic roll. Yeah.
That rhymed. Yeah.
Anyway, so, and it's coming of spring. It includes fertility. All the birds and the bees start doing funny things, don't they?
Mm.
And is fertility rights and the pairing off of women with men by lottery. So I think then it was like you're being chosen to go with that one, and that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, thank goodness they don't do that anymore.
Lottery, but what happens if you win 3 tickets at once?
I wonder.
That's a good one, isn't it? Anyway, at the end of the 5th century, Pope Gelasius replaced Lupercalia with St. Valentine's Day. And so since the 5th century, we've been celebrating love on the 14th February each year. But yeah, it's lovely. But I think it's more than just birthdays. It's more than just Christmas or Easter or other festivals or holidays. It's nice to have this day just to show appreciation. But folks, out for love every day. Tell people you love them, how much they mean to you.
Exactly.
Yes. Great. Right, let's move on. Anyway, so we're going to chat about the current energy that's going on at the moment. And some of you may be feeling here, some of you are feeling very different compared to, say, 2019, which for a lot of us was a very challenging year, And some of the reasons why it was quite challenging because the retrogrades we had going through that period. Also 2019, it was the endings and beginnings year. Endings and beginnings. So we're losing a lot of the old and coming into the new. Where for a lot of people, especially turning around into 2020, and even still going on now, quite a lot of people are having to let go of things they really didn't want to let go of to embrace the new. And so the energy is about learning. For some of us here, we've embraced this learning. We're enjoying this journey of learning. I mean, I'm learning social media and things like this, but also more and more as I'm finding through working with people that this year is a very uplifting year, especially if you're working in a spiritual realm. So why is that? You ask, why is that? It's a good year because what Jupiter's doing in Capricorn, what Pluto is doing in Capricorn, and where Neptune is in Pisces. Now, Pluto and Neptune are moving at exactly the same speed around the zodiac.
Okay.
You're thinking, okay, that's interesting. What's that mean? Okay, well, Pluto is the god of the underworld. The underworld is things that are hidden, and everything that's hidden, especially when it's come up to Saturn in January, these two are lined up. And everything that was hidden, I mean, Capricorn wants to keep things solidified, contained, behind shut doors, things like this, and Pluto comes up and says, no, sorry, it's all coming out into the open. The link it's making with Neptune is bringing and releasing a new energy, a whole new energy. And what it's doing, because these two signs are very compatible, earth and water, Neptune being very spiritual, and Pluto has a very spiritual element too. And these two are harmonizing and they're lifting the spiritual energy. Hence, you're seeing so many people now talking about self-love, self-awareness, self-belief, wanting to improve themselves, more people wanting to go self-employed, more people wanting to do their own thing.
Okay.
It's a very interesting time, interesting energy. And they're leaving behind the old control, the old, we've got to conform, we've got to change. I mean, Brexit's one thing, but the royal family's another thing. But on a personal level over here, people are really starting to tune and feel within themselves. So around the world, we hear about more retreats.
And
we hear about more more spiritual ventures going on. And so this is an awesome energy, an awesome time to enjoy this period. So that's what's going on here. Then we got, then we got Jupiter coming into the equation. Jupiter, whatever it does, it makes things big. Oh. So everything it touches, it enlarges on it, gives it light, gives it power, gives it jollity, gives it expansion, and makes things better. So Capricorns especially are having a fantastic year, or likely to have a fantastic year. And what Jupiter's doing is moving through Capricorn, and hey-ho, it's making a link to Neptune. Neptune again. Neptune is going, whoa, this is fantastic. We're actually beginning to feel. We're beginning to sense. We're beginning to inspire. We're beginning to create. And all these energies are really lifting us. So it's a very interesting time. Whether you're into astrology or not, or you're just into energy, hopefully you can pick up the energy. The old energy, yes, the old energy of 2019, the energy of 2019, like that way, the energy was oscillating, we're going in that direction, if you call it like that. And we're all operating on that energy. Oh yes, we've got to go like this, got to go like this. And all of a sudden, 2020's come along and Pluto said, let's change things. And now we're going like this, going up and down like this. So it's different. People are going, how do I do this? How do I do that? You've got to feel the new energy. And for spiritual people, they're going, yeah, this is great. I can feel this. This is great. For other people, it may not be so. But just tune. Just allow yourself to move, to change, to let go of the old, to embrace the new. It's a wonderful thing.
Wow, interesting.
How are you finding this period? Are you finding this period quite an enlightening period for you?
Yeah, it is a different feeling, and there is a lot of energy right now. So what you're saying about it changing and a lot of inspiration coming along is true. And now you have explained to me why there's so much,
Wow.
there's so much change, but it's a good thing.
Yes, change is a good thing, and this is what the planets do. I mean, whether we believe in this or not, as I said earlier, they do transform, they do bring through periods of change, an era of change. We're coming into a new era. This new era now, this new spiritual era, which is great news for all the spiritual people, that people who want to look for self-love and self-development and to build ourselves, very much now is going on for the next 5 years. Have you heard recently that people now want to go back in their lives, follow their ancestry, and release all the old ties?
Yes, I've heard a lot more of that happening now.
And this is becoming quite a strong thing. And so non-believers will say, here, this is all a bit wacky, this is all a bit strange. Well, no, it's not. Quantum physics, scientists are actually exploring the belief system now that there has been, and will always continue to be, previous lives, and how our ancestral links have been conditioning us, and how sometimes we just need to break away from those. We just need to change. So this is what we're doing. This is how people are embracing this new energy, but we're letting go of old ties. This is Pluto. Sorry, everything is being contained, everything that was restricted, everything which was held back or you belong to in a past way is being broken.
So it's a shift.
Moved on, transformed. The two, when you align with this and work in a positive fashion, when you adapt to it, become very positive. When you restrict against it, it blocks. Very blocking. Okay, so we want to move on to Valentine's. We want to move on to Valentine's here, and let's have a look. So the planet we're looking for, energy we're looking for is Venus. And Venus is doing...
Nothing.
Nothing. It's going through Aries, but it's not making a link to anything nice to say, oh, we've got a wonderful link to Mars, in which case we've got passion. Or we're doing something to Mercury or something like this. We've got wittiness or anything like this, or the moon. Oh, do you feel that? No. It's just going through Aries, just saying here, follow your heart.
Oh, sweet.
Follow your heart, follow your belief. So that's so nice. So again, it's about this self-love. And it recently made, going back earlier on this week, about the 9th, 10th of February, made a brilliant link to Chiron, which is really a big meteor out there, part of one of the belts of asteroids. It's a very big one. And Chiron, if you follow the mythology around this, is to do with the healer or the maverick, or how we look at this here. But there are more philosophy going into this. It's also saying how we can transform and heal. And some of the ways we do this is to self-love, but to appreciate sometimes here the way we grow is helping people.
Okay.
Especially in your business. The more you help people, the more custom you're going to get, the more transformation you're going to get here. But anybody, I think, here, in order to help your situation now, Chiron's moved into Aries, Venus just come over the top and harmonized, and just sits here, let's embrace some love. And sometimes it's learning to heal wounds, to understand, oh, that's why that happened, or oh, I didn't see the other side of the coin. Now I know. Now I'm feeling this. I understand this. I can move on. I can let go. But it's learning to move on. And it's sometimes a question of thing. To move on from something, we've got to let go of emotion attached to it.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise, it's a difficult one. But Chiron, but this is recent. So there's a nice flow of this energy. We're still embracing this, which is to just enjoy peace, enjoy tranquility. We don't have to go into war. Although Venus actually is associated a lot to do with war. We're thinking, what's Venus all about? Love. No, it's all about being the tactician. And Venus in Aries is very much about a little bit of the tactician. And sometimes Venus associates, well, it does. Aries associates with war. But I don't think it's that at the moment. This is more to do with finding this balance and peace and understanding.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes, okay, so it's about looking at the self here, but then we look at another picture here. The higher octave of Venus is Neptune. Oh. So, yes, the higher octave. We have a lower octave and a higher octave, and the higher octave is Neptune. So Venus is about love within the self here, for instance, how we feel expressing love and this energy. When we have Neptune involved, it's like going to see a rock concert. It's music, it's inspiration, it's out there, it's a lovely feeling. But it's the group, it's the masses. It's more to do with a high energy like this. So we start bringing in Jupiter, Neptune, make a brilliant link as we come over the next few days. That's going to be nice. So Valentine's is very much look at, it's not just ourselves, it's who we fit in with. It's the energy we create. And that's Jupiter, Neptune. And Jupiter wants to bring jollity, expansion, luck, opportunity. And Neptune goes, I'm all with this. I'm all with this.
Okay.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice. So it's good to look at. So especially about like us working with individuals, it's also an auspicious time for anybody talking to groups, the masses.
Communities, building communities.
Building communities, building that loving energy there. And we've got a Scorpio moon is day here. So anybody, so it's also quite, it can be Valentine's. The moon here is one of the signs I look for. It's just going through a very good sign of Scorpio, which is all about love, passion, things like this. So there is a little bit of an element there, especially if you're Scorpio, you've got something special in Scorpio in your chart. But yes, how's that? Good stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, I've
Good.
learned a lot.
Okay. So which signs are really going to embrace this Valentine period? Well, I'd say that Capricorns will. I'd say because Jupiter's moving through Capricorn. I would say that Sagittarius would, because Jupiter is a ruler of Sagittarius. And it's also associated ruler, works well with Pisces. And Pisceans themselves, I would also say here Virgos, I would also say Cancerians, and I would say just about everybody who wants to look for peace in love and embrace this feeling of letting go, calmness and finding understanding, will find it.
Oh, cool. Nice.
And then, come the 17th this month, it all goes, it all starts to change again, because Mercury, which has been trundling through Pisces, is just about coming up to Neptune to go and communicate to it, and it does what we call a retrograde. It goes backwards.
Okay.
Okay, and that's good. Yes, and as it goes backwards, what it's going to do here, it goes back over old ground, and it gets us to think about things. So in Pisces, yes, it gets us to think about things. It nearly touched. It's got a little bit of energy from Neptune, which could confuse things a little bit. However, what we're also going to find now is a little bit of Jupiter's in there as well. A little bit of Pluto is a little bit of alignment there. But basically what we're going to find now is this energy of wanting to embrace a little bit of magic there somewhere, to go back and just think about things. It's often like, for instance, the company who's come up to the major manufacturer and said, here's our product. And they go, that's fantastic, but we just need you to tweak it. So they have to go back over the old product, retweak it before they launch it again.
Okay.
That's one analogy here. But it's in Pisces. It's very much how we're thinking instinctively, our subconscious. It's how to get a head around things, to understand perceptions going on at the moment. And so a lot of people are saying this to me at the moment. This is the big interesting factor with it. It's like, I don't know where I am, and I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know what I want. Found that recently?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, this is what Mercury's going to do. It's going to give everybody the chance to revisit this experience, and then hopefully we can find a way to push forwards again. But it just slows down a little bit. Yeah. Is that your dog?
Yes, that is.
Bless him. I hope he don't run off of your laptop.
And he's in the garage, actually. So
he's in the garage.
Yes.
He's protesting. He's in the garage. He's protesting. Okay, so now I'll get on to, because loads of people have written in. Everybody who wrote in, I really appreciate what you did. I am so appreciative, because it just makes this session fun. It's enlightening, and it gives a bit of a laugh and a bit of a giggle. And there's some funny stories. There's stories I'm sorry I cannot reveal. It's just too much.
They sent everything.
Some people said to me thinking, I don't even think my printer.
Okay. One more.
No. Hang on. Okay, I'll carry on talking whilst it's going on. Yes.
Right.
Nice. Oh, there you are.
There. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so some of you wrote in some stories that are saying no.
No.
There is one or two I can say here that are very funny, but very close to the edge. Very close to the edge. Anyway, let's start here. Let's start here with a lovely lady called Chelsea. And I wonder if she supports Chelsea, but she's not in England. She's all the way over in a place called Oxnard. Oxnard in I've never heard of the place, but it's wonderful. Sorry, Chelsea. And it's over in California, and it's not far from San Diego. Oxnard is quite close to the sea. And she was chatting to me. She wrote to me. She's Virgo. She's born on the 15th September. And what she wanted to say to me was she said she just had a very funny story. She said that she was going to her boyfriend's fifth wheel RV. Now, do you know what they are?
It's the type of caravan, right?
They're massive. They're not small. They are massive. And these things are so big here. I mean, you could sleep probably, for some people, they sleep about 10 in them. So I should think quite easily,
wow.
With lots of comfort. Anyway, so she was driving over there with her father to go and get into her boyfriend's caravan, RV, only to find out that they left the keys behind 3 hours away.
Oh my.
And lo and behold, so what she had to do, she said this thing was huge. She had to climb up onto the roof. The roof is over 20 feet high, and she's petrified of heights.
Oh.
Petrified of heights. And then she's there, and she said the only way she could get in, she said it's only 3 feet by 3 feet to get in. But she said the only way she could get in was to unscrew the top windows there to get in. But then what happened was she could undo it, but then to get in, she then looked down to realise there's nothing to hold on to apart from plop, which she did. And there she was lying on the floor there, only to find out that she sort of brought herself round, opened the door to her father, and there, as her father and all the neighbours and everybody else came in, only to realise that her now ex-boyfriend had been growing things.
Oh. Funny things.
Funny things that make you smile and go giggly and all over the place there. All over the floor, and they've been growing this plant in the middle of his RV.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. I mean, I think that became the end of it. I think she had lots of time to explain, to get round and try and talk to her father, saying, sorry, it's not what you think.
Exactly.
It's a different type. He's a botanist.
I can just imagine.
I think what he meant to say is he went to the bottom of the list. Not bottom, but the bottom of the list. Yeah. That's what she's trying to say. I understand it, Chelsea. Thank you very, very much. Fantastic story.
Yeah, it is a very good story.
Yes. There's a botanist and a bottomless. Anyway, there we go. Oh dear. And she asked, is her job situation likely to improve over the coming weeks? This was a question. Because we asked, send her a funny story, then ask her the questions we're trying to answer. And she asked 2 questions. She's really getting carried away here. She wants to know if she's going to get a job over the next coming weeks. She's been sending off her CV to loads of different employers, loads of different things here. Hasn't had much of a response, but hopefully now she's going to. Anyway, she wants to know that. And also, is her love life going to get better this year? Not with a botanist.
She has to look a bit further up the list.
Up the tree. You have to climb up the tree. Yeah. It's like Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Could be.
It could be. Anyway, I'll tell you what to do. I could work like this, and I could work like this with you. Let's have a little look at Chelsea here.
Okay.
Chelsea.
Good.
And what I'd like you to do, I am just shuffle the cards. I'll think about Chelsea, you think about Chelsea, and just so you can intervene, just think about Chelsea, and just tell me when to stop shuffling the cards.
Now.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to count, thinking of Chelsea here, I'm going to split the pack into 3 piles. I've got the left, the middle, and the right. What I'd like you to do, please, Mila, is choose a pile. Which one?
Middle.
The middly diddly. Nothing like the middly diddly. Okay, right. Let's have a look here. So, regarding her job situation, how's this going to go here for the next few weeks? And, now this is interesting because she's pulled out cards here, from her cards here, with an employer, which I think is going to be not just an employer, but a very, very, very good social environment. In fact, I say to you, Chelsea, that not only are you going to find this is going to be an auspicious, fantastic period, but I think you're going to be taking on a job and you're thinking, can I do this? You want me to do that? It's quite a big job. And basically, I think she's got the trust of people around her to go for it. Go for it. And the luck card here around is to say here, yes, a little bit of self-belief. A little bit of just an ounce of self-belief. Yes. Or is it American out there to still ounces, or is it centimetres or millilitres? Whatever it is, you know what it is about that. And that's it. There's just an ounce of confidence in yourself. Come over to people with a little bit of confidence, and you'll probably find you'll do exceptionally well. And if I looked here and picked up here on a psychic level, I'd say this is really going to come in by April.
So Chelsea, go ahead.
Well, thank you, Mila. There you go. You've heard it there, Chelsea. Right, let's have a look at her romantic. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Romance. Well, you know that thing here where you suddenly think, I don't want to meet anybody. Have you gone through that at all?
Yes.
Then what happened?
Yeah, you sort of meet everybody.
Yes, you sort of meet everybody. Yeah. Well, that's what's going to happen that's what I think. Although she's asking, how's my love life going to go? I was having a conversation with her. She says, I'm not really interested, but how's it going to go? And I said, well, I'll answer it online for you. So this is it. Suddenly, from nowhere, comes a relationship, which I think is going to come up very, very soon, almost imminent. Out of the blue, new chap comes into life. It may not be the one to last forever, amen, but I think it'd be a relationship which you could just enjoy. Sorry, there's some other laptop there. I wanted to join in a bit of music. And but I think you should just enjoy it. I think so. She should just have a lovely time. Good time, just enjoying yourself. Sometimes you can have a relationship which you know is if it's not going to go the full term, but you just enjoy the friendship of it as well. I think that's what she'll get. She'll feel good though.
That's
sometimes
important.
relationships are stepping stones, aren't they, towards other relationships? But it's just nice. It's just a nice relationship to see coming up. So, Chelsea, hope you're going to do all right there. Good. Now, why me? Why me? A lovely lady called Madeline, and she's from Belgium. And I got talking to her. She contacted me. She said, yes, you do this. And I to realize that Madeline is not only Madeline, she's also mad. So mad Maddie. So it's become Mad Maddie. As far as I'm concerned, Maddie, you're mad, but she's funny mad, hysterically funny mad. As far as you're concerned, her sister says, come on, we're going to go out and we're going to meet some guys. And her philosophy is, I'm not going out. I like my home life. If any man wants me, they can knock on my door. And that's a great way of dating. I'll try that one. There's only going to be about 4 people you get on with: the postman, the milkman, or someone else who delivers a bill, or the courier. You got to take your pick.
Yeah, true.
Well, she opened. Her sister was like off meeting guys, having a nice time, but she just thought, yeah. So she put her gym kit on, worked out the door, and there in the elevator was elevator men working on the elevator. And one of them just happened to look like, just get this, oh yes, Antonio Bandera. Antonio Banderas. Hang on, look at the glasses on. I'm useless with Banderas.
Banderas.
That's him, you know what I mean. That's right, yeah. Anyway, so he looked like him. Fantastic. So there is a relationship started, but so the relationship started. I mean, there's this nice guy. What did you end up calling him? I can't call it the other name, but if you get the ring to this, is dumb bass.
Ah, right.
Yeah. So it became, this has become here the song. All about the bass, dumb bass. All about the bass, dumb bass. Well, it's this man which got into such a dumb bass, the elevator went down and down, going down, dumb bass, going down, dumb bass. Eventually, we got to the ground floor, and goodbye, dumb bass. That didn't last so long. Yes. So that was the end of that. But basically, she's met another guy now. Very nice name. I've never heard of this name before in my life. Have you heard of someone called Trim?
Trim.
Yes, we never thought you think someone's trim. They've got like short hair, they're skinny or something like this. Oh, you look so trim. No, that's my name. No, I just said you look trim. No, that's my name.
Right.
No, stop. I know I look trim, but my name's Trim. No, I just meant you look trim. Oh, hilarious. Hilarious. Anyway, let's have a nice time. But this is nice. Here's things. that he found his angel.
Oh, sweet.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? But she's a mad angel. But she is very funny, very, very, very lovely lady to talk to. And she just wanted to know, is this relationship going to last? Is it going to go somewhere? And basically here, because there was a lot of issues around fundamentally outside the relationship, which would mean is this going to work or not. And so let's have a little look. Let's have a look and see how the card's going to come across this. So what I'd like you to do, here we go. Thinking of Mad Maddie and Trim. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, Mad Maddie, you look so trim. No, that's my boyfriend's name. No, but you look trim. No, that's him, not me.
Stop, otherwise I won't remember. Right, now.
No. Right, okay. 3 piles of cards, left, middle, and right. Choose a pile, please.
Right.
The right. The right, because it's the right way to go. Okay, let's have a look here. So how's this relationship going to fare over the next sort of few weeks or so? Well, okay, this is interesting here. This is interesting. I think for you, Maddie, what you're going to look at is the stability of your own life first. This is interesting, isn't it? Sometimes people like to do this. They've got to get their own life stable before everything else changes. Yeah. Anyway, so this is what I pick up, and Maddie, you're going to do. You're going to look at your life very closely. Just say, I want stability in my life before I really look towards the long term. If there's, well, we often think about cultures and things like this, if things are going to work as a culture. And I think that given a little bit of time here, there's some choices you're going to make which are going to turn this one way or the other, but that's not definite. I'd rather be definite with you. But I think if you wanted to make this work, you could. And I think this guy really wants to try to work things through with you. And there's ways and wherefores. You may well find here you've got to make some very strong life decisions. But in the meantime, no, I would say look at these cards here. Don't rush. Don't rush. You pulled out a very, very powerful card which asks you to be careful what you wish for. Not because it's a bad thing, but because of everything that comes with when we start making decisions about things. Sometimes it's almost like, for example, it's not in this situation, but if you marry a farmer, you marry the farmer, you marry his dog, you marry his sheep, his cows, his pigs. The whole lot comes with it. It's not just the farmer. Yes, yeah. So you're going to look at everything that's going to come through in this here. So what I'm going to say to you, Maggie, here is no rush. Just take your time on this. This could be fine. But I think if we were to push things too quickly, we'd lose perspective a little bit. So sometimes our little lines just need to take time. That's what I think will happen. How's that? Do you think it was a good answer?
No, it was interesting. Yep.
Interesting. But I can see here where she feels about this, but don't feel that she's got to feel like she's a number one in this. Got to feel important, empowered, feel like I'm important in this relationship and even viewed by other people, even by cultures, things like this. We're all individuals. We have an individuality. We meet people. We don't mean to upset balances, families, or anything like this, but sometimes we just need to remember who we are, who you are. It doesn't mean to say you've got to do this. How's that? Good?
Yep, perfect.
Yes, okay. And right, where you go now? We've got some short ones. I've got to tell you a funny one.
Right, let's hear the funny one.
Let's hear the funny one. This is from Stuart. He's in the UK. He actually asked me to change his name, so I did. So Stuart, your name's become Stuart. How's that?
Right.
We're so helpful on this channel, so helpful. We'll protect you at all costs.
Yes,
you know
of
you
course.
Know that. Yes, of course. Anyway, so there's Stuart. Stuart's having, he's met this lovely lady, absolutely charming lady, and he's actually decided that she's probably the one. So lo and behold, he goes around her house, and no one's there. No one's there. She thinks, well, just him and her. Just him and her. See, this is fantastic. Great. A bit of fun. So she thinks this is a good idea too. So they're on the sofa having a bit of fun, as you do. You're in love like that. I don't need to explain anymore, do I?
No.
Anyway, so this lady's father is a colonel in the army. Oh, just retired. Oldest chap. and he walks in. But the other two are on the sofa, still
having fun,
up to getting jiggy with it.
Okay, right.
A bit of jiggy. Anyway, so he comes in, and of course he's got a walking stick, but he uses this like the old Colonel's cane. Colonel's is a walking stick, so he comes in, looks down and sees all this going on, and walks into the lounge. Still, the other two are still jiggy. Yeah, jiggy. And all he sees is these two cheeks of his guy's bum going up and down like a yo-yo. So he gets his cane and he taps him on the bum. He goes tap, 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 tap on the bum. And he said, and he's suddenly startled, this guy Stuart, turns around. This Colonel says, I hope you're going to marry my daughter.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yes. So lo and behold, soon after they proposed and they're still very happy married. That is so embarrassing now when someone comes in and spoils it, especially to do that. You suddenly get a cane across your bum.
That is a different story.
It's a different story, isn't it? But it's great when people share this. Thank you, Stuart. You're an absolute diamond. Thank you for sharing it. It's just classic though, isn't it? But to have some of that happening, just like you remember that for the rest of your life.
It's probably yes.
Yes. Okay. And okay, right. Let's go through some of these. Tanya from the USA, she's from New York, wants to know if her love life's going to get a lot better this year. So Tanya, I was just having a little look at your chart there. In fact, if I bring up your chart here quickly, Tanya, let's have a quick look at your chart. And let's go. Oh, yes, this is what I want to look at. Now, this is interesting here because you've got a very quiet moon. That's nice, isn't it, to have a very quiet moon? And when it's a quiet moon, it's probably because it's in a very nice, calming area of your chart. But actually, you've got a moon in Taurus that is very much about the home garden, things like this, and just likes to feel very secure. It doesn't want a big highlight here. So your big thing here about your love life is what's important here is someone that's going to suit your needs rather than you're sorting their needs in this respect, because you've got a quiet moon here. So it's someone's going to fit in with this quiet life. And actually talking to you earlier on, you were saying here some of the people haven't been like that, and that you are actually responding more to their nature rather than to yours. So if we're talking like this here, look at your chart. And because I think this year is going to be an important year, because Uranus, which is moving through Taurus, is going to start aspecting your moon. And some of the links which goes to this year can actually be very beneficial. So, and being Uranus, the planet of sudden change, you might find a relationship which brings not just a relationship, but brings a whole ethos of change into your life, which would be, I'm sure would be fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Yes.
Well, that's good for Tanya. Awesome.
Yeah. Well done, Tanya. Good on you. Good on you. And we have another chap called Diedrich from Scandinavia. He was born in September 1986. He wants to send a big hearty hug to his girlfriend in America. He was looking forward to seeing her over the weekend, which is fantastic. Wish you a wonderful, wonderful time. And his question is about social media. He thinks he's chosen the right career path, but it's got a career path, but he's a little lost. He's not too sure. So let's have a quick look. Diedrich, looking at your chart here, Sam, I looked at this earlier. Now, for you to get involved in social media, we need to look at communications. This is a lot to do with Mercury. And Mercury's in a very good placement here. It's on a cusp here, or the ending of a house. And often we find a planet at the start of a house, at the end of it, becomes very powerful. So your Mercury is powerful in your chart here. And what's been limiting you in some respects here is this inner belief of working for yourself. So, and actually talking with you wanted to go and do something more by yourself. But there's been a limiting energy here. And sometimes this creates a lot to do with parental side, perhaps here. But however, I think this year you've got the opportunity to break free, do something you really want to go and do, enlighten your Mercury in your chart. The energy will just transform. The energy will just transform and do very, very well. In fact, I get a feeling here that your health there is going to be just be very well. They go very well this year. And to be interested to see where you are in fitness, well-being, this feeling about yourself. And like we often say here, we're fit in mind, we're fit in body, we're fit in mind. We're eating the right stuff, the chemical stuff's going around here, and we start inspiring ourselves a lot. And that's very much about this year, about keeping well, our wellness. Hence more retreats, hence more people doing yoga and exercise, things like this, and just doing things to bring out the positivity in ourselves. And right, and finally, we've got a very nice lady called Deborah, she's born on the 10th of January. I also know she wants to be a writer. A writer, okay, so this is interesting here. And I actually looked at her chart, was absolutely shocked to find, you don't often find this, but in her chart are all these planets in the third house, including Mercury, including Saturn, including the Sun, including Jupiter, just about the whole lot, the solar system just lined up in this area to say, you are going to be a writer.
Excellent.
Question answered.
Excellent for her.
Yes, I think she'll do fantastically well.
Deborah,
yeah.
You have to live your dream.
You have to live your dream, absolutely. And that's the thing as well, because Neptune is very much about this dream, and people are dreaming now about what they'd like to do. And there's a terrific energy out there now, which I think if people listen to it and start responding to their dreams, you'll find magic. But sometimes when we respond to dreams and things happen, people go, well, that was a bit easy. Hang on, what's going on here? No, there's something wrong. There must be. No, there must be a block, a complication, a issue somewhere. No, it just happened.
Instead of enjoying it.
Yes. Yeah. Do you find that though? Do you find that, Mia, that sometimes if you have a dream about something, you start working on it?
Yeah, you overthink. I'm a bit of an overthinker.
Overthinker.
Yeah.
Overthinker. So would you understand that this year we stopped the overthinking and started just doing? Would that be a better thing for you?
I'm definitely working on it.
Good. Your coffee's getting cold by the side of you, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
No, that's all right. No problem at all. Well, okay. So the ethos here is people go out there and enjoy themselves. I'm sorry, guys. We are running out of time. And the other stories, no. You can give those stories to yourselves and tell them down the pub, the parties, whatever, but the rest of the world, I'm sorry here. You'll scare the life out of them. But we just wanted to wish you people out there a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous Valentine's and a great February and a great spring. And coming up very soon, next few days, for the people listening, if you'd like to contact us, please do. This recording is going to be on YouTube. It's also going to be on podcast. My website is philgriggs.com. On Instagram, it's philgriggs_let's_talk. And so you'll be able to get hold of me one way or form, or see what's going on with Instagram and Facebook and things like this. And there's courses coming up soon, which is in Spain. It's about mediumship masterclass that starts on 11th of March. And but on the social media platforms, though, where you're going to see a lot more of this, is we're going to have some coffee mornings. And this is going to be called, this starts imminently actually, it's Cafe Clairvoyance. Cafe Clairvoyance, I'm the Cafe Clairvoyant. We're going to have a cup of coffee. We're just going to sit, do a live broadcast here, and whilst we're online there, just have a chat. So if you want to join in, by all means do, you're welcome to. Otherwise, it's just me talking to you guys out there. And if you've got any questions, as we're live there, just write on in, chat on in. I'll be only too happy to respond. And let's engage in a good Cafe Clairvoyant session.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to the Let's Talk.
Okay, so Mina, just before we go and say goodbye to everybody, is there anything else there that you would like to say about what you're doing? Anything else?
I just want to encourage people who will watch on YouTube to send in their questions and get in touch and talk to us about whatever they want to know about. And that they can find us on Instagram, on Anchor, and on Facebook.
Okay, and if anybody needs social media support here, you need to get hold of me. Always do it. I'm going to pass you on to Mina. She's just there.
Yeah, in Spanish or English, whichever.
Just English here, just English. Sorry.
You never know.
You never know. I do silent language.
Right. Thank you, Phil. It was great to be with you on the show today.
Thank you very much. Next week, we've also got a very special guest coming up. This is a very nice lady, very nice lady called Katie Knightley. She's a DJ, a very, very high performance, very high profile DJ from Ibiza. And she's going to be on the show. So I look forward to speaking to her. And we've got other guests coming on. And if you want to be a guest, and you just want to tell us about your spiritual side, anything to do with what your belief system is on a spiritual plane here, come on through, have a chat to us. There'll be me, there'll be my little buddy back there. He knows a lot, he really does. He sits there very peacefully, very quietly. And my dear buddy, there, where am I going? There, that's it. Mila, just there. Mila, you're welcome in anytime. But guys,
thank you.
Here we are. Okay, philgreaves.com. Have a lovely Valentine's. Take care.
Enjoy your Valentine's. Thank you so much.
You too, Mina. Have a lovely time. Okay, you're very romantic, aren't you? You're going out for a big meal tonight, aren't you?
Tomorrow, you mean?
Okay. Yes. You're going out. All right, you're going out then. Okay.
I'm going on the weekend. I've got
You're going on the weekend. Okay, you do it your way.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.